What's up, guys? It's Dan from Coin Bureau Trading. Today, we're going to take a look at trading crypto over the weekend and how these dynamics, used to be different and how they're now going to become more similar to trading crypto during the week. If this is the kind of content that you enjoy, then be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ping that notification bell. Before we get started, do keep in mind that nothing in this video is financial advice. It's just my personal analysis of the crypto market. Your analysis could be different, and if it is, that's awesome, because the more difference of opinion that we have, the better traders and the better investors we're all going to become. So I want to start, guys, by going back in time all the way to early 2023 when we had this whole banking crisis. Some of you guys might remember. What you guys might not remember, though, is that there was a lot of really interesting developments related to crypto focused banks at the time, the two being Silvergate and Signature. And the reason why these two banks were so important is because they basically both had these, how do I explain it? I guess the best way to explain it is just like as like a institutional rail for crypto, basically, that allowed institutions to move large amounts of money and crypto like in and out of the crypto market 24/7. So these were like really, really critical rails. For Silvergate, it was called the Silvergate Exchange Network, or SEN, and for Signature, it was called Signet. And these two networks were basically, again, I guess you could say, like the lifeblood of the crypto market. And when these two banks went under and these rails were basically destroyed, then the trading volume for crypto, especially over the weekend and outside of market hours, just became total trash. Low volume, super choppy. Some of you guys might remember, if you were around in 2023, there was a few weekends where, like, I'm not kidding, guys, where Bitcoin would just trade flat perfectly, like literally within like a $50 range. It would just be trading perfectly flat for like the entire weekend. Like, it's crazy. And it was because, again, it was really hard for large pools of capital to move in and out of the market, like hedge funds or whatever. They were all using these rails like SEN and Signet, and these rails were destroyed. So there was no way for them to kind of get involved, especially outside of market hours. And the result is that you would see very low volume, very either choppy or just like choppy, volatile, or just like flat, right? Like there was it looked very unnatural. It was very kind of like erratic price action over the weekend. There was a lot of that in 2023, of course, with all the other FUD and everything was going on. And of course, this kind of culminated in Bitcoin trading at all-time lows during the weekends in 2024. They say it's because, I guess some analysis here says it was because of the spot Bitcoin ETFs. I don't really see how that makes any sense, because like why would there be lower trading volume on the weekend if the ETFs trade during the week? I don't think that makes any logical sense. I think the real reason why this was happening was because the rails were basically destroyed. There was a lot more crypto trading volume happening during the week because of the ETFs and stuff like that. But still, there weren't these rails that were available. So you kind of had this discrepancy where there was lots of trading volume during the week, but then almost nothing during the weekend still on a relative basis, because there weren't these critical rails that were required for large pools of money to go in and out of the crypto market over the weekend. I hope that makes sense. It's more of like a relative thing where like interest in crypto was increasing, so people were trading a lot during the week, but they couldn't really trade outside of market hours or during the weekend because they still didn't have access to these critical rails, which again had been destroyed in early 2023. So this brings me to a recent headline that's actually super interesting, and that's that hedge funds are starting to hire people to trade crypto on the weekend. And of course, most people would see this headline and they're just like, what does it even mean? Like, I don't really care. I mean, cool, I guess institutions are getting more involved in crypto. But no, what this tells me, guys, is that we're actually starting to see, or maybe we've already seen, like new rails emerge that replace, or I guess successfully replaced, Signet and Sen from 2023. So basically, in other words, if we're seeing more and more hedge funds get involved in crypto over the weekend, then that means that someone somewhere, who knows, maybe it's like BNY Mellon or some other big bank, has basically introduced a system that is similar to these two rails that were destroyed in early 2023. This means that these systems are now up and running, and institutions are starting to use them again the way that they were during the previous crypto bull market, right, in 2021 and 2022. That's part of the reason why crypto prices did so well, was because it was easier for institutions to move large amounts of money in and out of crypto. And again, these rails were destroyed in 2023, and it looks like they were repaired either sometime late last year or early this year. I'm sure they were repaired long before that, but I don't think it was until, all these regulators started dropping their anti-crypto advisories or recommendations or whatever, right? Some of you guys might remember, like, the Federal Reserve and other regulators had said at the beginning of 2023, if you're a bank that's working with crypto and you're, operating something like this, like these rails, don't you dare. And the evidence for this as well is if you actually look into Signature's collapse, all the assets were kind of taken except for the network. I'm not sure if a bank actually subsequently bought that up, but it was really interesting that after this bank collapsed, everyone was like, at least to my understanding, they were cool to buy all the assets of the bank except for this rail, which is super fascinating. But anyways, so again, like the fact that we're starting to see hedge funds getting more involved in crypto suggests to me that these rails have been repaired, and that's super huge. Not only because we're going to see more kind of institutional activity in crypto, but because this is going to have a very, I guess, I mean, depends on who you ask, but potentially a positive impact on trading crypto over the weekends. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this should have the practical effect of making trading activity on weekends for crypto be more and more similar to what we're seeing during the week. And you might think, okay, but like, what exactly does this mean, like in practical terms? And of course, when it comes to now, like, seeing potentially more and more trading volume over the weekend, thanks to these rails being repaired, potentially. And again, I'm not sure who's taken up that role, but the point is that we're probably going to see Bitcoin trading even more in line now, not only during the week, but also during weekends in terms of like expectations of what's going on in the stock market. So it's going to basically make Bitcoin and most cryptos become even more correlated to stocks, which is, like, I guess, good in some ways, bad in others. For me, I personally find it very useful when Bitcoin and crypto is correlated to stocks, because that way I can use stocks as a way of kind of like assessing what things are looking like on the macro front. And then I look at crypto to see like what's going on the crypto front. So for example, if like stocks are rallying, but crypto is crashing, that means something bad happened that's specific to crypto. And if stocks are just chopping, but then crypto is rallying, that tells me that there's something bullish that's specific to crypto that's causing crypto to rally, right? Like, so it's a really useful tool in that sense. And another thing that could potentially change in practical terms has to do with these CME gaps, which I'm sure a lot of you people have heard about, where basically how it works is that basically there's a discrepancy between the price of CME futures and Bitcoin spot markets, especially because the futures are trading during the weekend. Spot markets for crypto, of course, trades 24/7 during the weekends. But if we've seen basically, like these rails repaired, and we're starting to see hedge funds and TradFi get more and more involved in crypto as a result, then this means in theory that either we'll have less CME gaps, or that the CME gaps won't be as big, or maybe they just won't have the same impact that they used to, because you'll have basically these institutions already pricing all of these things in more effectively over the weekend because they can actually do it now. So this is just like a really interesting thing, and pretty short video, I guess, in this case, but this is just something to keep in mind when it comes to trading crypto over the weekend. I guess going forward, it really does look like we're going to see the crypto market basically become more efficient, and that means that it'll trade more like it does during the week when the markets are open, and that's going to be really interesting, and I'm sure that'll be very helpful and potentially even more profitable for many of you who trade, especially during the week. And if you're finding that it's easier to trade during the week, well, maybe now you'll finally start to find that it's the same for the weekend. Anyways, guys, if you did make it this far and you did find that information helpful, then do take a second to consider helping us out by checking out the Coin Bureau deals page. We have a whole bunch of deals there on like the top exchanges. The one we're promoting the most right now is Binance. We have a 20% trading fee discount and up to $600 of bonuses. Taking advantage of that deal is super simple. Just click that sign up now button either in the deals page, or check out the link in the description or the comments. You'll get to a page that looks like this. Enter your email or phone number. It takes 2 minutes to sign up, and it's every single crypto you could possibly need. If you can't use Binance for whatever reason, we do have deals on other exchanges like Arkham, which are available to US users, as well as deals on other exchanges that you can access if you're having trouble accessing Binance for whatever reason. And of course, if you did make it this far, then be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, ping the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one.